Thank you, folks. I'm really happy to be here. I want to thank you, John, for this opportunity. Muchas gracias. Thank you. I'm happy to be here. And I want to say saludos to everybody que nos están viendo ahorita por todo San Antonio, por todo Texas, por todo México, por todos los Estados Unidos. Muchas gracias por acompañarnos en este día.
Es
Gracias.
un placer tenerte aquí.
Igualmente, es un placer para mí también.
Y sorprendido, vienes de una familia de
Sí.
músicos, ¿verdad?
Claro que sí.
¿Tu papá?
Claro que sí. I'm the second person this legacy that my father's actually Joe Mejia, and I'm the second line in a legacy of artists. And I'm here today continuing his legacy. He's known for songs that have been sang by international artists like Angelica Maria, Lucha Villa, Lola Beltran. So he's had quite a list of impressive artists who've recorded his music today. And I grew up around music all my life. Was born into it from as early as I can remember. I was singing at age 5. I was singing música mexicana, mariachi, jazz, and all that. But I was exposed to a musical environment at a very early age because of my dad. And so I was born in Corpus Christi, and I've been singing with my dad. I started singing on stage at the age of 13 years old. So he invited me to perform with him. So at a very early age, I started performing. But not only that, I also, at a very early age, my dad used to tour a lot in Mexico. He used to play a lot in Monterrey with caravanas, with artists like Las Hermanas Huerta and Lorena. Y yo de chiquita, yo lo acompañaba, y we would stay in hoteles como Hotel Monterrey. And, I had incredible memories.
Incredible childhood.
Incredible childhood because of him. Yes.
That's
Yes,
wonderful.
Yes.
Now, this show, if you didn't know,
Yes.
is called Tejano Music, News, and Chismes.
Yes.
So I want to hear about a chisme. They tell me that you grew up with Selena.
See, I knew Selena when I was little. Our father, her dad, Abraham Quintanilla, had a band that was called Los Dinos. They were a doo-wop band, and Dad and him formed a friendship when they were performing. I would say like in the 50s in Corpus. Los Dinos were the opening act, and my dad was the headlining band.
Oh wow!
And so they formed a friendship early on, Avran and my dad. And so later on, Selena and I got to know each other because of our dads, and I used to talk to her and spend time with her at the mall, and you just had a lot of beautiful moments with her in life. And then
so you were about the same age,
right? We're about the same age. And then the last time I actually saw her was in the studio. She was at Joey Records. This was Joey performing recording the song "Ven Conmigo." And she just happened to be on a studio break, and my dad went over there to say hi to the Disco's Joey Records owner.
Yes.
And Selena just happened to be there, and Abran, and so that was the last time I got to spend time with her. But she was she had just gotten done recording the song "Ven Conmigo," and that was the last time I got to spend a beautiful moment with her. And then after that, I would say is when we had that. She passed about a year later, but I was fortunate to see her, and I just remember that she was a beautiful person, inside out, just an angel to me. She was, but I have nothing but just beautiful memories with her, and I'm glad that I was able to meet her. Yeah.
That's wonderful. So, tell me more about you when you got started. You said your first performance was when you were 13
When I was
years
13.
old.
When I was
Just 13.
My dad,
Just a baby.
Yeah, just a baby. My dad used to play with conjuntos that he had, and he would always encourage me to get on stage with him. And so I started singing conjunto music also at a very early age with him, because he also had a lot of different conjunto groups that he had formed also. So yes, I was exposed to the stage at a very early age. Yes.
And so, you ever experience stage fright?
No, I guess it's just second nature, because I've been doing it so long, since I was little, and just being around Dad and his groups, and being around other, through him I got to know a lot of other famous musicians like Isidro Lopez, because my dad was also a member of the Isidro Lopez group before he went on to form his bands. He had been a member of the Grupo Tone La Rosa. Dad is my dad's compadre. He was actually their best man. He's the one that was the best man at my parents' wedding. Lorena Rosa, he's a legend, legendary accordionist. And then also, my dad had also played with Oscar Martinez, the guy that wrote El Tejano Morado. And as a matter of fact, he baptized my brother. So I
He's
also
the godparent of
the
your brother.
godparent by Oscar Martinez, who wrote El Tejano Morado. And as a matter of fact, his daughter Iris Martinez, she's got a program also on Sundays, the Oscar Martinez show.
Uh-huh.
She was a childhood friend of mine too. We kind of grew up together. It was cute because when my dad used to practice with her dad, their band.
Yes.
The children, we would get together and we'd all play.
You had your own band.
Right. Yeah.
You had your side band going on.
Or we'd be outside, playing and stuff like that. So I got to know a lot of the famous musicians' children, because while our dads were practicing, we would go outside and ride bikes. So I knew Iris Martinez.
What did they tell you? Go play in the freeway.
They would say, go ride your bike. She said, I always remember you with your big wheel, because Iris is a little bit older than me. And then, Oscar,
I had a big wheel.
And then Isidro Lopez too. I want to say hi to his family too, because his daughters, Della and Delma and all that, they also hang out with us when our dad and Isidro used to practice their band, and I used to play with them too. So all these, all these musicians, children, we still keep in touch today, but I have awesome memories too of playing with them outside, and when we would play outside with our bikes and all that while our dads were practicing their bands and stuff. So yeah.
So you got used to the stage, you got used to the limelight.
Got used to it.
And you had no stage fright whatsoever. Do you know that Barbara Streisand actually suffered from terrible stage fright? And she had to write the words to her songs on the floor so that she could remember, because she was terribly afraid.
Yeah. And I love Barbara Streisand. She's an amazing artist. I do. She's an amazing performer.
You sing Tejano, but you sing all kinds of music.
I also sing all kinds of genres too.
What other kind of music
I also
do you
sing R&B. I could sing like Mary J. Blige. That's one of my favorite artists.
I'm noticing you have a very strong voice, speaking voice.
Speaking voice. I like Mary J. Blige. I also like Shaka Khan. She's ain't nobody loves me better.
I love that.
Makes me happy. Makes me feel this way. Ain't nobody. So I like singing all kinds of. Those are some of my favorite artists too. But I was gonna say, when I was going to college in Arizona, I also got discovered by a famous musician named Eddie Benitez.
Oh wow.
He's known for. He's a famous musician. He's also a producer. He had produced music with George Benson, Howard Hewitt, with Shalimar from Shalimar. So I also got the opportunity to record with him. He was actually, back in the 90s, he was looking for a group to form like the Cover Girls.
Yes.
And so I auditioned for him, and he liked it, and then he decided to form a solo project around me. We recorded a very impressive demo, and we got the interest of several major labels also in New York City. But Eddie also knew people like Clive Davis. He knew, because he had also been a Fania recording artist too. Fania recording label is actually the label that had artists like Johnny Pacheco, Celia Cruz. So Eddie Benitez was also a member of the Fania record label. And he also used to produce, in the 90s, Latin freestyle songs with Ellis Pacheco, who happens to be Johnny Pacheco's son. So I was lucky to work with Eddie Benitez.
You've been everywhere, all over the world in the music business.
And he unfortunately, he passed, Eddie Benitez, a few years ago. It's been about 5 years, but to this day, it was wonderful recording with him in the studio, because he taught me a lot about vocals, with singing. He was also a very strong mentor for me. And I got a lot of studio experience with him too, with Eddie Benitez too, working with him in the studio.
Well, tell us about what's happening in the Tejano world.
Right now?
What are you working on right now?
Well, right now I'm promoting an album that's called Con Cariño. And Con Cariño, and this song is a special album because it's I would say it's a beautiful legacy or a tribute to my dad and his music, because the album also features not only songs of mine, but it also features songs of his too, that he recorded before he passed. These were songs that I had originally, I was going to keep private amongst the family, but when he passed in 2020, I decided to release it to the fans, because I think that's what he would have wanted.
Of course,
to not hold on to the music and release it. So I got the music mastered by Mr. Gilbert Velasquez, who's a good friend of mine.
Who was just here
He was
last
just
year.
here. Yeah,
Yep.
he mastered the music, and then I also we also worked on my songs too. The song that I released from this latest project, the first one to be released was Basta Ya, which is a
Basta Ya.
remake of the Marco Antonio Solis song. And I decided to record that because I've heard other artists record it like on banda, you know, otro estilo, but I felt that our onda Tejana needed our own version of Basta Ya, so that's when I decided to step up to the plate and,
Okay,
and record
good.
that we could have our own Tejano Norteño version of it. So
Did you bring a
Yeah.
clip?
yes,
Which one did you bring?
Basta Ya.
Basta Ya, okay.
Yeah.
So here we have her.
Basta
Lorena
Ya.
Mejia, Basta Ya.
Ya.
Basta Ya.
Basta Ya.
Here we're gonna hear it now. Basta Ya.
Basta Ya.
And cut.